Hello, everyone. Welcome back. It's Monday morning. A lot going on and has happened over the weekend that we need to talk about. Not a fun weekend when you stop and think about people crashing into churches, shooting up people, and then lighting the church on fire. People out enjoying a seaside bar for dancing and live entertainment were shot up from a boat. These are things that are taking place in this country due to a lot of different reasons. The media will have you in fear of all of these reasons. There's no doubt in my mind it's happened over the weekend. The media has put out a red carpet for Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries all weekend long to try and blame the government shutdown on Donald Trump. Not working. We all know now what's in the bill that they want added, and it's more money for USAID, which we've already figured out was a massive scam of just feeding taxpayer money all over the world to programs that were basically useless, not what USAID was designed to be. They want to put that money back so they can continue to take care of the people who take care of them. We have a president right now that's working on our behalf through tariffs and trying to clean up and put back law and order in some of these cities, blue and red alike, that have let crime become out of hand. We saw it in D.C., and it was a matter of weeks when it was cleaned up. We saw what happened in Oregon way back when they decided to take over an entire police building and neighborhood, which you weren't allowed to go into anymore unless you belonged to Antifa and these nuts that wanted to live in tents and tell you can't utilize those stores or streets any longer. The people in Oregon are saying they've had it. Let's get the help needed there. And if it's soldiers to protect one of our buildings, so be it. What harm is that? If for nothing else, it'd be training for them to know how to set up and protect a city. Come on, not rocket science. And as far as what the media is taking to task now is to more fear for you. Don't you all succumb to the fact that they want you in fear now to go to your house of worship. Wherever it is, whether it's a Catholic church, whether it's Protestant, whether it's Muslim, whether it's a Jewish synagogue, you go and you be proud and pray to God and worship God. And in some cases, some of us want to worship Jesus Christ. And that's perfectly all right, and you should not be deterred or live in fear. The media's main job is to keep you in fear. The Democratic Party feeds into that fear. Be afraid to go worship in your church, and they have won. The devil has won. That you cannot let happen. We have seen a resurgence in worship, in all houses of worship, since the murder of Charlie Kirk. That's a good thing. This country was devoid of that for the longest time. Now we understand that it is important, an important section of our Constitution that needs protection. The media wants you in fear of everything. They're still trying to whip up a hurricane that blew out to sea 2 days ago. Watch the news, and you will get things to be afraid of. Oh, this hurricane that came out of Africa is going to be worse than Helene. Buckle down. Hunker down. You have to live in fear. Now they want you to live in fear of going to church. Wouldn't that be convenient for the devil's minions to take hold one more time? We saw what happened when the absence of Christ left this country. We don't want to see it again. Do not live in fear propagated by one side of the aisle or the other, or propagated by fake news that we see every day. And if you're not sure about fake news, if you tuned in to Meet the Press, where she had one side on for a few minutes, through, and gave a wide open door to Chuck the Clown Schumer, who sat there and lied to us and lied to that reporter, bold-faced, about what the problem was that was this looming shutdown was going to take because of. Oh, it's always Donald Trump's fault. Well, I think he's right here. We don't want to pour money back into USAID or public television for specialty ideals that come out of these places. Promoting health and welfare to foreigners. There is no shutdown of health care if they don't get their way. That's a lie. What it will harm is Obamacare, which has taken care of the pharmaceutical companies and other people attached to these insurances that are raking in money as a result of Obamacare. We know this now. It's been pointed out. We know what the truth is, so why succumb to another lie? Especially from one like Chuck Schumer or Hakeem Jeffries. These are two leaders of both the House and the Senate that need to be dealt with. Schumer's shaking in his shoes right now because he thinks that AOC is after her, so he's going to do what the radical left wants him to do, and that is fight Donald Trump for his own survival. Not you in the middle class, not you that are paying the taxes and putting in the dollars in to take care of these illegals. He's taking care of himself because he's afraid of AOC, because she's capable with her buddy there, man Danny, that's running for mayor of New York City, in raising the millions of dollars that she needs to challenge Chuck Schumer. Schumer is so far past his sell-by date that he's not going to get the funding that he used to get from some of the elites in New York. The Democratic Party has become a party of the elites, in case you haven't figured that out. These are limousine liberals, starting with Bernie Sanders on down to all of the foreigners that are sitting in our Congress right now that actually hate America, hate Americans, and want to do everything to support Palestine and Somalia and places from whence they came. If they love it so much, they need to go back and join the government in those countries. And maybe they can make a difference there. But to try and socialize the United States of America is going to meet with a lot of resistance from us, we the people. We're not going to cower in fear any longer, no matter what the left side or right side tells us we need to be afraid of. No matter what mainstream media continues to tell us that we should be afraid of. And by God, we are not going to be afraid to worship Jesus Christ in this country or go to our houses of worship, whatever denomination that may be. It is not going to work. We're not going to cower in fear. We have God on our side. The government has the other guy on their side, and they have proven it over the last 10 years. We've watched Satan's minions infiltrate our country at its finest and try to bring us down. We're on an upswing, and we don't deserve Donald Trump. Those of you that say that, you're absolutely right. We don't deserve him. He's too good at what he does. And he'll bring this country back onto an even keel and let us worship where we want to without fear. It's the way it is now. And Schumer and that bunch over there need to realize that we're not dumbed down and numb anymore. We understand what took place in 10 years. All but a brief respite for 4 years that the first administration of Trump dared to go in and disrupt their plan. Now you're looking at Comey finally having to explain himself. We all hear what really happened, and now we'll hear from the court system what did happen. Whether or not there'll be any further consequences for these people is up for grabs. But if we pray hard enough, someone will have to pay the piper for the shenanigans that they pulled in the 2020 election and the 2016 election, and what they're trying to do right now in lawfare to the Trump administration. And it's not going to work. 47 is there because we, the people, put him there for the second time to fix what got broken during Obama and the Biden administration. We know now. We're smarter. We're not living in the darkness any longer. The light of Christ has shone in this country as a result of one man and martyrdom that has backfired on all the idealistic people that thought that this country was going to go the way of Satan. Not going to happen. We are going to revel in the light of Christ and God the Father. No matter what denomination you worship in, do not fear. Do not fear hurricanes, tornadoes, or anything else. When they stop seeding clouds, they cut back the chances for devastating tornadoes and devastating hurricanes. That's the truth of the matter. Whether you like it or not, it's going to come out that that's what took place in some of these severe storms. And to try to whip you up to worry about a Cat 5 storm that they knew full well by the European models was going to blow back to sea. And the worst of it will be high tides and some surge in wave heights on the shorelines of the Carolinas and some in Florida. So with that, that was our Do Not Live in Fear message for Monday. Sorry there's no What Does It All Mean or Stupid Towns today. We'll be back with that tomorrow. But let's see how Netanyahu makes out with our president on the 21-point program to solve this war with Hamas. Netanyahu's speech the other day at the UN was moving in my estimation and truthful in my estimation. And those people who walked out are all part of those nations that encompass that area that are just unbelievably unprepared for the truth. That Hamas is a terrorist organization that does not need to be in existence. When they lay down their arms and send home the hostages, there will be a cessation to that war. And then we can move on to the next war and find out exactly what was taking place. It's not pretty, but it's going to come to an end. And we have a president that is working day and night to make that happen. So pray for him and pray for the leaders of the other people involved that they come to their senses and hope and pray that an end to all these wars is on the horizon. So from the Kaiser Report today, God bless you all and stay safe, stay strong, and stay unafraid. Go to your house of worship and sit happily and proud that you can in this beautiful nation under God. So with that, God bless you all. Bye-bye for now. See you soon.